Ian Strung here with another CanCon Classic spot. This week we will be profiling Doug and the Slugs from Vancouver. These guys are basically the songwriting vehicle of Doug Bennett, who lived from 1952 to 2004. Doug and the Slugs put out their music in the early 80s. It might be tempting to call them new wave since they had a punchy, spiky, energetic sound, but new wave is a pretty diverse genre. When it comes to these guys, they have so many influences from reggae to rockabilly to swing to doo-wop. Doug and the Slugs were an entertaining 7-piece band with a unique, silly lyrical approach and a get-up-and-dance live show. They were also major early stars of Much Music, with lead singer Doug Bennett directing many of their videos. What really makes Doug and the Slugs work is the songs. They're catchy, the lyrics are surprisingly thought-provoking, and they're just well-written. The band continues today with a different singer, someone named Ted Okos, who looks and sounds the part. The rest of the band is the original lineup. I really respect that. Doug Bennett's catalog of songs is a great body of work. Just listen to a greatest hits collection a couple of times and you'll agree, the songs bring a smile to the listener's face. Their genre is not something you or I would probably play in our bands, and that's why they should continue. The best bands are singularities. Doug and the Slugs and their songs really are something special. You can go to the CBC website and watch Doug and the Slugs and Me, a 2022 documentary on the band, and I highly recommend it. Some bands you can actually start with a documentary because the story is so compelling, and that is the case here. You'll see Vintage Canada, Much Music, Ed the Sock is interviewed in it, as is Stephen Page, who credits Doug and the Slugs for inventing the great Canadian variety genre Bare Naked Ladies and others picked up on, and B.A. Johnston is interviewed as well. I loved seeing B.A. Johnston talk about Doug and the Slugs because the camera zooms in on his eyes, and you can just see the affection for this band he's got. Doug and the Slugs are identifiably Canadian. Their story is dramatic and exciting. At one point, acrimony in the band caused the other guys to put out a single without Doug Bennett as a power grab. Also dramatic is the fact that Doug Bennett maintained a detailed diary. This is how they get his narrative in the film even though he's dead. The other bandmates read what he wrote and sometimes it's uncomfortable. So this is an exciting movie. I can't recommend it enough. Doug and the Slugs and Me, streamable for free on CBC's website. Now I'm going to talk about the artist doing the cover for a second here. Vancouver native Mip moved to Toronto to do music, and she does a lot of it. Her own band, the Mip Power Trio, who are going to be contributing the track. This is a studio recording of Too Bad by Doug and the Slugs. And also the Supervoids, Second Wife, and she also hosts Parkdale Open Mic Night at the T.O. Lounge. So when you move to Toronto to do music, you damn well do music. I've come to admire Mip's boundless energy. Her vocal delivery in this track is awesome. And without further ado, Mip is going to introduce the Mip Power Trio version of Too Bad by Doug and the Slugs. Over to you, Mip.
Hey, it's Mip from Toronto-based quirky and eclectic underground rock and roll group, the Mip Power Trio. I was thrilled when Ian Strung asked if we'd participate in the Canadian Classics segment of this show. I think most people think of Canadian Classics as artists like Neil Young and the Tragically Hip. Those artists are excellent, definitely Canadian classics, but they're also from Central Canada. I was born and raised in BC, so I wanted to share a song by a West Coast band that would have influenced me. I grew up listening to bands like Chilliwack, 5440, Spirit of the West, Doug and the Slugs, and even a lesser-known artist from northern BC named BIM, which is an early Roy Forbes project for those that want to look further into it. We eventually decided on Too Bad by Doug and the Slugs. They were a Vancouver-based pop rock band that had some Canadian top 40 hits in the 80s, such as Tomcat Prowl, Making It Work, Day by Day, and of course, Too Bad. Let me tell you, working out this song has been so much fun. It's such a zany, melodic mashup with a dark sense of humor. Side note, just the band name, Doug and the Slugs. I personally think it's funny and clever. Okay, back to the song. I love the upbeat ska rhythms accented with country-style guitar solos and the rich multi-part harmonies with that really deep bass vocal. Doug's voice is still a standout. It's so pure and punchy in tone, and it doesn't waver even in the face of multiple key changes. His stylistic delivery is downright wacky and over the top. I don't think I even realized how much of an impression this band had made on my own songwriting and arranging until we broke it down to recreate this track. If you like what you hear, please check us out at Mips Music on all socials or on our website, mipsmusic.com. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy a little piece of my BC roots. Here's the Mip Power Trio performing Doug and the Slugs, Too Bad.
Had to get caught. That's not like you to lose face. Too bad that you had to get caught. That's not like you to lose face. So sad that you're not as smart as you thought you were in the first place. Too bad, too bad. So sad, so sad, so sad, so sad, so sad. Too bad, too bad, too bad, too bad, so sad, so sad, so sad, so sad, so sad. Too bad that you had to get caught. That's not like you to lose face. So sad that you're not as smart as you thought you were in the first place.